So friends, this is the story of a girl who made the biggest mistake of her life by falling in love with a boy. The boy she loved, whom she considered her everything, was playing with her innocence and beauty to win a game. Love was just an excuse for him, and she doesn't even realize when she becomes part of the plot of that boy's entire group. So, the story begins, and we're introduced to a very beautiful girl named Tessa, who has just been admitted to college. She came there with the help of her mother and her boyfriend, Nova. When she arrives at her hostel, she meets two of her female friends there. The next day, we see Tessa meet a boy named Stock. Time passes, and the next day, Tessa is invited to a steak party. After attending the party, Tessa meets her other friends and meets Hardin again. They play a special game, which reveals that Tessa is still a virgin. Her friend asks her to kiss Hardin, but she refuses. At the same party, Hardin tries hard to kiss Tessa, but Tessa makes an excuse and walks out of the party. The next day, we see Tessa at school, where she is with a classmate who reveals that Hardin and his family are about to reunite because her mother and Hardin's father are getting married. In the afternoon, Hardin comes to visit Tessa again and asks her to start the day anew. Saying this, he asks her to invite him to the lake. But Hardin doesn't give up this time. He finally kisses Tessa and conversely tells her, "I don't believe we can just be friends." Tessa tells him that she can't hide this from her boyfriend, and she decides to tell him. But Hardin refuses to do so and explains his dating policy. Tessa is deeply disappointed. In the next scene, we see that Noah has come to meet Tessa. He unexpectedly came to the college to surprise Tessa, and they spend the evening and the entire night together. At the bonfire party, everyone plays games. One boy deliberately loses so he can kiss Tessa. This makes Hardin extremely jealous, and he can't stand it, leading to a fight. After the party ends, we see Noah and Tessa sleeping together, but Tessa gets up from her bed and goes to check on Hardin. He has destroyed everything under the influence of alcohol. Tessa sits beside him and tries to calm him down, and they kiss again. The next day, we see Tessa in the room where Noah and Hardin are also there, indicating that she has found out about them. Noah breaks things off with Tessa and leaves. Now, Tessa, left with no other option, becomes involved with Hardin, and they begin dating. However, Tessa's mother is also strict. She tells her not to be with him. If she does, she will not give her any money for her expenses, as she fears that Hardin will be a bad influence on her. In the next scene, we see Hardin finding a private home for him and Tessa so they can be alone. He takes Tessa to his father's reception. There, Hardin reveals to Tessa that his father drinks heavily and that his mother was assaulted by a group of men. He becomes very emotional. Tessa calms him down with her love and provides him with ample support. They return home that evening, and tonight, Tessa loses her virginity. Later, it is shown that Tessa is having trouble with Molly's messages to Hardin. Tessa confronts Hardin about this, but Hardin ignores her and leaves. When Tessa goes to look for him, she finds him having dinner with his friends. Molly meets Tessa there, who tells her that Hardin only got close to her because he made a bet with his friends and shows her a video of this. Tessa watches the video, in which Hardin says that he will first make Tessa fall in love with him, and that a time will come when Tessa will fall madly in love with him, and that ultimately, he will break Tessa's heart. Here, Hardin tries to reassure Tessa. This is the story of that time, but that's not the case anymore, and he actually feels for her. Tessa is so deeply affected by this that she ends things right there and goes home crying. Upon reaching home, Tessa immediately speaks to her friend in Nova, tearfully apologizing to Nova. Hearing this, they both forgive her. Within a few weeks, Tessa stops talking to Steph and begins focusing on her internship. Before Tessa goes home, one of her lecturers gives her an essay written by Hardy, in which he expresses his love for her. After reading the essay, Tessa returns to the same place where she first met Eddie. They sit and talk, and the story ends there.